Voila! Hello everyone and welcome to the Amanda Natanda Show. I'm Amanda and thank you guys for watching. I am so super excited about today's episode because today the person that's joining me on the show is somebody whose energy I admire so much. The incredible CEO and founder of Canada Prime Marketing, Fahad Khan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me, Amanda.
You're welcome and thank you for coming again actually.
This is the second time you're back again.
That's what I was about to say.
First time we
so
did not have much time and
Exactly.
it's a privilege to be here again.
Oh, that is so great because I just love your energy and what it is that you bring to the community here in Edmonton, and not even just here, even back home, Pakistan. So
Absolutely.
I'm like, you know what? I need you back and we need to talk more, right? So one thing I admire about you is your energy and your stamina. You already know I already spoke about your energy when I introduced you. So what do you do every day? Like, what are your habits to keep yourself at high level of service?
So first thing I would definitely say it's a DNA.
Okay.
It's my mother
Thank
probably
you,
because
Mama.
she is a very high energy too.
Oh,
She
is
can
it?
do many things done. She's a multitasker, juggling 20, 30 different things. At the same
Right.
time, I think it's not one thing, it's a lot of programming. You can't just get up one day and just be the way you are.
Right.
It takes the habits. It's a
Right.
lot of certain things you do on and on.
Yeah.
And for me, I've been always a high energy person. The thing is, when you start getting older, when you start hitting 20s and 30s, and afterwards, right now I'm 34, so my goal is how can I keep on maintaining the same energy?
Okay.
So one of the things would be is it's not only just the physical strength, it's
Yeah.
a lot of strength which comes from the mind too, because your mind needs to be clear.
Okay.
And over the last 1.5, 2 years, I've been adapting a lot more things into my rituals, which is helping me to be at the level at the high energy, focus, so I stay more calm, happier, so I can move into the direction where I need to move in, which is not only the business, but to serve your mission and all the goals you have in your life.
That is great. That is
Maybe
so
I'll
awesome.
talk about some of the habits I do.
Some
I
of
think
the
you saw
habits we
some of
are.
them. You might have seen some of them at the event when we were
Yes.
at the
Yeah, the Unstoppable. And if you missed the I Am Unstoppable event, I am so sorry, guys.
There's gonna be another one.
Okay, good news. There we go.
They just have
Okay.
to buy a ticket to probably Pakistan. Or we can broadcast
Guys,
live.
okay, we'll talk about it. That is so awesome. So we all know Canada welcomes and embraces diversity, and I have spoken a bit about you coming from Pakistan. Do you want to elaborate more? Actually, tell us when you came to Canada from Pakistan and what you value about Canada.
Sure. So when I came to Canada, I was in high school.
Yeah.
I was 15, so I did my grade 10.
Okay.
And at that time, I didn't speak English. I didn't have a decent understanding about communication and that. But when you
Okay.
come here, of course, the accent, the way you communicate is not the same.
I know. Yeah.
And very early stages when I was going to the high school here,
Yeah.
did not have a lot of friends, and they wanted to put me into English as a secondary language. They did put me into that ESL class. I was
Okay.
pissed off.
Oh
I go to
my
that class,
Yeah.
at least I can talk in English, but
Yeah.
every single person who was there,
Yeah.
the gap was huge, and I felt this is not right.
Okay.
And I felt like a person who doesn't belong there, so at least I can communicate and understand fully. And
Right.
after 2-3 days, I had to sit with I think it's the counselors
Okay.
who are said, get me out of here. I want to be in regular classes and this and
Right.
that. And then finally we did. So overall, was not able to have a lot of friends who would be local, and you felt not very accepted initially.
Oh wow.
So-
I wonder how that would have felt, especially when you're younger. You know how it also reduces your self-esteem, right?
So it does, but at the same time, I think it's a great country with diversity. So what
Okay.
happened was,
Yeah.
instead of me making like a Canadian Caucasian friends, I ended up with a lot of East Indians, then people from
Okay.
Pakistan, Bangladesh,
Okay.
India. Then you have that smaller communities too. So that's where we
Okay.
met some friends because the similar groups you have more relationship you attract.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that helped,
understand each other.
I think that helped us go. That was a good thing about Canada initially.
Yeah.
And I remember when I started my workplace, my first job ever was Burger King.
Oh, okay.
All my friends were
I
working.
can imagine. I hope you were not the one that was by the window and saying, which order can I get for you?
I was and wasn't. So usually what they do is, as you know, when
Yeah.
your English is not that good, you're not
Yeah.
very your
Although
appearance, the
upfront.
way you are talking and presentation,
Okay.
not good. They want to put you in a
In the
back in kitchen,
kitchen.
you're
Yeah, yeah.
flipping burgers.
Flipping the burgers and stuff.
And especially when you're good at it, they don't want to put you at front. They say you stay on the back.
Oh,
And that was my first job. All
Okay.
my friends were working either McDonald's,
Yeah.
Burger King,
Yeah.
or all the other fast food. And I remember at that time, the minimum wage was $5.90.
Oh my god.
So that's all we would get paid.
Wow.
I remember one of the turning moments was when I was working at Burger King.
Yeah.
One of my friends, he was actually in ESL class, so his name was Arvinder.
Yeah.
Both of us got hired together. We were the similar shifts. We would make the burgers,
Burgers.
Whoppers,
Yeah.
the famous Whoppers. I remember
Okay.
one day we had a drive-through order. It was 39 Whopper Juniors.
Wow.
And we look at each other like, man, we have to get this done in 2 minutes. We go
Oh
making
my
Whoppers,
God.
we're making, in I think 2 minutes or 2.5. We did that Whoppers like crazy Juniors. We made them. Then we look at each other like high five. Then I realized,
Wow.
shit, this is.
Yeah, and I can totally understand.
We were
like,
excited about Whoppers,
yeah.
and right after I gave him high five, something came into my head. Like, this is not exciting.
I know exactly.
But
oh my God.
naturally, I'm an excited person. I was
Yeah,
like, no, this
yeah.
is not. And at the same time, there was a combination of other things too.
Yeah.
It was a Friday night. Somebody came late to deliver to have that order after some party. I was doing the night shift, and next day I had a cricket game. So I was a big fan of cricket.
I'm a big fan of cricket too.
So I used to play in the league, and my coach called me. He's like,
Okay.
"Fahad, you're playing tomorrow." I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And I, of course, on a weekend when you're working on Saturday and Sunday as a
Yeah.
student, I called my manager.
Yeah.
I still remember her name. Very few people I remember names, so
Yeah.
I remember her name. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it. So I said, "Hey, I am not coming to work tomorrow. I have a cricket game." She
Yeah.
says, "No, you are coming."
Yeah.
I said, "No,
No.
And I just finished the 39 Whopper Juniors. This
Yeah.
is not exciting, and I'm passionate about cricket. I want to
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I got into the game team.
Wow.
Usually I would be the extras, the 12th man, the 30th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't get a chance, so I was super excited I get to
Yeah.
play. And I said, "You can fire me."
Yeah.
She said, "No, you're coming." I did not show up.
Wow.
I did not show up for the work. I hated it. I thank God I made that decision.
Yeah.
The funniest thing was next day was a cricket game. Guess what? I show up at the ground 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be there at 9:30. I show up at 9 excited with my kid. I'm standing, and guess what? The coach goes, "Fahad, you're playing. You're the 12th man."
Wow.
No, 12th man is the extra guy on the side. I didn't get to play the
I
game.
know, but then you even told the back.
And I was so mad.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know
Wow.
what? Good thing that happened.
Wow.
After
Okay.
that, I didn't make it to the team. Then we started our own teams. But
Okay.
the reason I always remember that job is
Yeah.
because that was the first time I said, "This is not what I want to do." After
Right.
that, since I was in Millwall's, J-Percy Page, that's where I used to study high school.
Okay.
We used to go to Millwall's town center every single day.
Okay.
Once you finish your school at 3:30,
Yeah.
all of our friends, the group of all our East Indian group of friends we had, we would be sitting in Millwall's town center.
Yeah.
Every day we'll be just doing nothing, trying to just sit and chill.
Yeah.
You know how
But
that's
is
done.
that ground though opposite to the
Yeah,
town
it's a
center?
15-minute walk, 15 minute. I will take the
Okay.
bus, right?
Right. Okay.
And I will always see one of my friend's mom. She used to sell credit cards there,
Yeah.
and I go up to her. I'm like, "Auntie, I need to do this job. You should put me here. I think I can do great."
Yeah.
1 month, 2 months, no. She's like, "No, you're not 18. You're a kid. You're not allowed to work here."
Yeah.
But I thought I can sell credit cards because it looks very entertaining job. You're saying
Yeah.
hi to everybody,
Right.
and one day she just, I will never forget. She said, "You are the most annoying, determined kid."
Normally, actually, people who are determined, they're actually annoying. Hence the reason why they say you have to be persistent. That's what you have to be persistent to get what you want, and you have to annoy them until they say yes. That's what I believe, and I'm like, call me annoying. I'm good with that because I'll get it eventually.
And that's where
Yeah.
the whole thing changed. So that was my first credit card job. So
There we
I was
go.
that, see those annoying people at
Yeah.
airports,
Yeah.
malls. "Hey, do you want to have a free flight? Credit card?" That was me. So
Right.
16-year-old. Actually, after I got hired, I was told I was the
Wow.
only under 18 they actually
Yeah.
hired. And I remember my manager used to say this very simple thing.
Yeah.
"Fahad, I don't care what you do. I need results.
Yeah.
Come here at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Finish the booth at 9. That's
Yeah.
when the mall closes.
Yeah.
Get me sales." So 3 things I loved about that job.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah.
I had a freedom.
Of course.
I'm standing in a mall. All my friends are working with
Yeah.
Burger King and McDonald's.
Exactly.
They're making $5.90.
Yeah.
So I'm standing here. I get to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Plus, if I want to go out, walk, sit, chill,
Yeah.
they were not babysitting me. They said, "Get me the
Exactly.
results." And first few days I didn't, but once I started getting results, that was a freedom.
Right.
Second thing was I was making good money. So my minimum wage was $5.90. I did my math. My average at that time in my first 6 months was about $7.20.
Oh wow.
So that's really good for a
And
16,
that was good.
17-year-old.
Yeah.
At that time, it was like, if today's minimum
And
wage is
consider
$15, that's making $20 an hour
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
third thing was, when you are young, your motivation is so much different. So
Yeah.
we were 16 and I finally had a chance to talk to all these people, so it helped me with my confidence.
Yeah.
So at that time, I get to talk to every single good-looking girl in the mall.
Good looking girl. All right. Wow.
No, you know,
Okay.
I'll say hi.
Yeah.
Well, what would happen is,
Yeah.
all my friends were jealous.
Yeah.
They said,
Yeah.
wow, you're making good money, you're freedom,
Yeah.
and you're talking to everybody.
Yeah. Why not?
I said,
It's a choice that you have to
And-
make sometimes,
and
right?
the funny thing is, my friends used to say, hook me up,
Oh dear.
get this job. I'm like, no.
No.
Not
You're a
really.
beggar king.
I said, no, not everybody can do that, right?
Right.
So that's how I started, and then
Yeah.
I've been always into sales and marketing business, and
Yeah.
that's where the journey continued.
All right, so which leads to like my next question, which is Canada Prime Time. We now have established that you developed your confidence from the job that you got at the mall selling credit cards. So do you mind talking about more about Canada Prime marketing and
Sure.
how you decided to have your own company?
So before I get into that, I'll tell one thing. So my journey started with credit cards, right? So
Okay.
16
Yeah.
till 23, I was selling credit cards for
Okay.
many different companies.
Okay.
And during the same time, after I finished my high school, I studied at NAIT for 2 years marketing diploma. Even one of my final jobs was before I was about to graduate. I received a phone call from one of my company I used to work for. I was working at that time. They said, we are looking for a manager. I said, okay, what does it take? So pretty much they needed somebody who is more reliable and who can drive. And I was driving, they knew.
Okay.
So they offered me a position for regional manager or manager. It was one of those. And I didn't took it at that time. Thank God I did, because I said I have to finish my school first before I will make that commitment. They asked me in February, and I said you have to wait till April. And companies
This is
usually
like
don't
2
wait.
months,
They
yeah.
went with somebody else, and thank God they did. So right I finished, I was working in the same company, and there's certain things happen where I always want to tell people, because when you're working for a lot of companies, you may get fired. I was fired from a lot of companies during my credit card sales journey. Initially when I was fired was because I was not good.
Okay.
Later when I was fired, I was a threat for taking
Of
somebody
course.
else's position.
Of course.
So managers would,
Yeah.
because in sales, a lot of you become a good salesperson, usually would become a sales manager. That's how the traditional in the industry is.
Okay.
So that's what a lot of companies saw me as, okay, he's good, my job is not secure if I let him come up front, so they will cut you very early. And that was okay. I always believed I was working on commissions most of my life. Not most, all of my life after 16, I worked always on commission. And I will always go determine what I'm worth. I don't want to be determined if I'm $10 worth an hour, 15, 20, 30. I tell them, I'll go determine myself what am I worth today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
Right.
Because I hate being labeled, hey, you're a $15 an hour guy.
That's it.
I'm like, no,
Nope.
if I can deliver more, and this was the truth, this is what I would sit in the interviews and tell people. If let's say you are my sales hiring manager, I would say, listen, you want to offer me $15 an hour, for example. If I can deliver double the results
Yeah.
of your other person, you're paying 15, in half the time, how much should I be paid? They said $30 an hour. I'm like, no, I should be paid 4 times.
Yeah.
Because in half the time I'm getting double results, and that's what I've delivered. Because I didn't want to work 8 hours. I said I'd rather work 6 hours
Yeah.
and deliver the results.
Yeah.
And I want to be paid for my work.
Yeah, for sure.
Not 15. Why should I be paid the same amount of money for other person who is doing half the results? They are
Right.
good,
Yeah.
but if somebody else is doing way better,
Way better.
they should be rewarded way better too.
Right.
Traditional industry never did that, so that's why the companies who saw that, hey, he's the person we need. They got me in, I delivered the results, and many times after
And then
delivering,
I'm becoming a threat.
not becoming a threat. The biggest thing was for me, one of the last companies I would work for,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mention name, me and our team set the record after record in credit card sales. We were delivering, I remember at K-Days, we were getting 80 to 85 gold card applications a day in 5-hour shift. I had 3
What?
people.
That's a lot.
Yes, I had 3 people whose job was just to fill out the application. I would bring the people and get them excited, start the paperwork, then I pass it on to these girls or guys, hey, take the rest of the information. And they will do that because I would be literally juggling and doing some crazy things, almost like a backflip in K-Days. Hey, come on over, because it's all a fun environment, right?
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I'm sure you can imagine me doing a
Yeah.
backflip, probably.
I'm just imagining imagine that. But then again, you have high energy, so it's expected of you.
People would want to have fun at that place, and we would bring the people in.
Yeah.
So when we were doing all that, so I was expecting my commissions were supposed to be $11,000 in those 10 days with my commissions and all of that. When I received the paycheck, I looked at it, it was $960. And I was pissed off.
Of course, especially after all
Then
that
I go to my manager, I asked him, pretty much what the hell. And at that time we didn't have iPads, we would do paper
Yeah, for sure,
applications,
yeah.
right? And he goes, hey buddy, your 95% applications were fake. I'm like, brother, you were standing with me in my booth, you know and I know, my applications were real. I had 3 people working for me. Every single application I had driver license number on it.
Yeah.
So at that time, I didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't know what to do. I said, you know what, I'm gone. I left. And I told him that day, one day, I'll come after you, watch.
Yeah.
And that was the best decision I made. I walked away. And at that time I could have gone into the court, fight, but I wouldn't be able to prove anything because once you give the paperwork, I had nothing to back up with.
Yeah.
So that day I decided, enough. That was not the first company who did that to me.
Yeah.
That was the same scenario happening in the same industry. And that's when that pain was enough.
Yeah.
Many people, when they get enough pain, they melt.
That's true.
They quit.
Yeah. But yes, you have to.
I didn't quit on life or anything. I quit on those people.
Yeah.
But the reason I quit on them was I said for the last 5 years, whenever I used to work for some of those companies, one of that company was the fastest growing company in Canada.
Yeah.
And our city was the #1 city, and which was managed by me and my team.
Yeah.
I put my goals whenever I start. At that time I said, if I start my business. Now I would say whenever I start my business. If I start my business, I will make sure I take my company to the fastest growing company. That was my goal. So we started. That pain was enough. That's why I said, you know what, I'm done with all these companies. They all are same. They bring the people, they make money off you, they don't pay you the way they're supposed to be, and then they look for the next, which is unethical.
Yeah. And that's normally what happens when it comes to like some of these.
Everybody, there are some great companies out there. There are some great companies out, but that's where I said, what if somebody starts a business and pay them what they deserve?
Yeah.
And that's the basis we started this business. I will never forget, my dad said the same thing to me when I started my business. And he's more spiritual and religious than I am. And he said, son, now you're starting your own business. He asked me a question, why did you left most of the companies?
Yeah.
And I said, because they didn't pay me.
Yeah.
He said, in your journey of this business, many times you will have an option. People will say you haven't paid them, or there will be a conflict.
Yeah.
If you think you owe them $50, $100, $200, just pay them. And over the last 10 years in our business, I can say intentionally, if we know we have not actually helped anybody even $1 can. We have paid people more than what they deserve. Many times they don't hit targets. We say, hey, you know what? They are students, they're this. Let's give them the bonus anyways. They were close. They didn't hit it. They were off by 7%. Let's do that. And based on that, we built our company. And when we talked about the fastest growing company, when I wrote that goal, in 2017, 18, and 19, 3 years in a row, actually we became the fastest growing company in the same listing where they used to be, and one of the biggest #1 ranking in Western Canada for the marketing industry. So we did that.
Wow.
But how did that build?
Wow.
One pain. They did not pay. That pain, you don't quit.
Yeah.
You take that as a fuel.
So how do you do that for somebody who's just almost in the same situation that you were once in? Like you already mentioned that some people end up quitting. Like it's not worth it. How did you turn that around to say, okay, I'm going to do this, to encourage the next person?
Your why needs to be bigger than how. If you really know your why you want to do. Because I knew at that time, my education is only 2 years marketing diploma.
Okay.
And I know what price tags will be on me when I go and work in the traditional industry. I knew I'm going to be paid X amount of dollars or Y amount because I always see what kind of paper you carry. That's the old school. Now things have changed. Now somebody could be sitting in Africa, China, Pakistan, India, wherever. They can press a button. You can compete with somebody sitting in America or Canada. Now we have more opportunities than ever. At that time, I did not have any funding from my parents, banks. My credit was pretty terrible. Anything I started, good thing I saved. I used to save some money when I used to make good money with my companies I used to work. Even when I was a student, if I go 10 years back or 11 years back, I was making about $5,000 to $6,000 on my part-time or full-time jobs while being a full-time student on my
Right.
commission. So I would save some of the money. So when I started this business, so my advice to these people are, many businesses do not need huge investments. They take more equity, sweat equity, than anything else. That your time will be the biggest thing you want to put in. So when I started this business, how much does it cost to register a company? $200 to $400. That's what you need. You need a business license, and that's initial framework. Clients, there's a lot of calling, there's a lot of door knocking. If you are really hungry, you will find a way. And thank God I did. If you're really hungry, you will find a way.
Yeah.
It's not.
It won't happen, or it won't come to you.
I might have answered your 6 other questions.
Now I'm not going to go with the 6 other questions, which you've already answered most of them.
Yes.
Because you've broken them down into everything
Good,
that you've actually told us.
you should have
which is
given me
a
that
good thing.
earlier. I would have read all your questions. And this
But
guy
don't
would've-
worry about it,
That's
which
fine.
is so
I don't need
awesome. But then the one last question that I have before we get into our today's game, which is gonna be funny,
Okay.
is what then? Obviously, we know this whole journey. We may be talking about how you started and the success that you've had so far. But what other? You've probably faced struggles through this journey, especially the journey of now having your own company, not the journey of working for other people, but having your own company. What struggles can you share with us that you faced?
You know, funny thing is when I look back, all the struggles, they don't look like struggles anymore.
Right, I remember the last time you spoke about that. Yeah.
And I have to think about these now because at that time they were so painful.
Yeah, of
But now I
course.
look back like,
I'm glad.
next. Because I always talk about fear of influence, right? So because
Yes.
there's a problem, when you resolve one problem, your influence get bigger.
Yeah.
At that time, that looks like end of the world. So one of the biggest struggles when I started,
Yeah.
I'd say, was didn't have enough money.
Of
No.
course.
So I had a car. My first car, which I ever bought with my own money, was Nissan Altima 2003. In 2010, I bought that.
Okay.
So it was 7-year-old car.
Yeah.
I got into an accident where I lost the bumper, so it was my mistake, third party. So I had to use a rope and few other tapes to tie my hood with the front because bumper was missing. You can see the engine and the hood will open like this if I drag. So I had to tie up with all this. Now the customer was struggle. So when you start business, clients. One of my first major clients was a Fortune 500 company, which was a lot of work, which is TELUS. So initially, they will pay you after 60 days. So if any job I do today, I invoice them by the end of the month, and when I invoice it 60 days, so pretty much you're looking almost 90 days before you get the money. And I cannot go tell my people, hey guys, I'm gonna pay you after a quarter. They were like, screw you, buddy, we are out. And plus, they are doing door-to-door selling in -20, -30. So struggles. First, you have to be very smart with cash flow. So only money I borrowed from my dad was first 2 payrolls I had to do.
Right.
So thank God he gave me that, and I paid him back after 2 months.
Right.
So once the client paid out, I paid that back. Then I had enough money to keep rolling the business. So when I'm talking about that car, I had an option. Should I go spend that $1,000 to fix my hood, or do I need to pay my people first? Thank God I paid my people first. But every time I used to look at that car, I would get more motivation. I would get anger. I said, I used to look at this and say, I'm not gonna fix this piece of shit. I'm gonna get a better car.
Right. Yeah,
that was my goal.
Yeah.
And my auntie, because when we started this marketing business, we were operating from like this size office, less than this size office, inside a 40,000 square feet furniture store. My uncle at that time, which I'm always grateful for, he said, son, why you want to go spend $500,000? We have a little space, use this. And that's where we started. But my car used to park outside a furniture store. My auntie would get, hey, when are you going to fix that piece of shit? I said, soon. But every time I hear that, I will get more fire inside. Rather than getting just,
I need to change this situation.
I would use that as a leverage. I said, this is something I'm going to use so I can get a better car. But coming back to pain, the biggest pain was first money and not fixing that car. Most people will say, let's go fix the car. Don't do that mistake. Pay your people first. Then you have to lead by example. Doesn't matter if it's -20, -30, -40.
Do it too.
Worst day I had to go door-to-door selling was -48 degrees Celsius. Selling from one door to another. Do you want to buy TELUS? Do you want to buy this? That's how you start. I did that for 3 years.
Wow.
That was one of the early struggles.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you can teach others how to do it.
Yeah.
Later
It humbles you. It humbles you.
Later struggles were more, then you run into some cash flow, some people issues, some legal issues, some people want to damage you. Then one of the recent struggles were last year in September. I had booming business, growing business, but at the same time, not even September, before than that, our client tell us, since they were growing, they were moving in certain directions. They had to change some of the policies, and one of the projects we were working, give you an idea, was about $2.8 million revenue a year, and that was a 40% margin we were working with. That margin was paying my other bills in the business, so other channels we had. So one day, client walks in, he goes, and we were delivering results. In the last 3 months, we delivered very good results. Before than that, I would say no, we were not that good. So he walks in and said, one of the senior executives tell us, he says, Fahad, I'm going to be there tomorrow. I need to have a quick talk. I'm like, bring it on. He said, I was like, you delivered the number. I was so excited. He walks into my office. He says, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm just here to deliver you something which is going to be very tough and conversation for you. I said, and he goes, remember you're working on this project? We are pulling that away from you. And I'm looking at him. Why? And I said, I tried to say a couple things. And then I realized one of my other senior executives in my company, he's trying to rebuttal, going back and forth. I just told his hand, I'm like, just shut up pretty much. And the reason was, I knew that the decision has been made. He just came here to deliver the message.
That's it?
And
no way you were going to
compromise. I remember before the client left, he goes, wow, I'm very surprised. You're very calm. And all I said to him at that day is, today's not my day. You just gave it to deliver. I'll come back after tomorrow. Today, he just leaves. So pretty much we fought back a few times, but I knew what happened. The decision was made. We couldn't do much. Everybody at that time in the business, most people, they knew. The people who were very overpaid in our organization for easy job. We asked them, we tried to keep them in the business. They said, no, this company gonna go out of business. They all left. That day we knew who are the ones who are your true lovers and who are just there for money. Many people walked away. Some people stayed. And that year was 2017. Wow. I was frustrated, pissed, many things, but the thing is, the question I had to ask, what am I gonna focus on? Are we done, or are we gonna build this big machine to another juggernaut? That day, started looking into more other opportunities, few other things. That's eventually led to Tony Robbins and all that too. So that pain, all these things were linked. So what else can we do? Where else do we need to look?
How else
and we built the business that year, 2017. We became the fastest growing company. By Profit 500 McLean's magazine. 2018.
Right.
Again, and 2019, officially actually in a couple of days we're going to be announcing. So by the time this video is out by September, on September 12th, we will be announcing that in 2 different categories. So by Profit 500, Growth 500 by McLean's magazine, we are again in the top 500 companies in Canada for 2019. And also by Global Mail, we are also in Global Mail, we made it in top 500 companies.
Right. Oh, that is so awesome, and thank you so much. We're running out of time now, and it was so amazing to get to know what Canada Prime is, how you function, how your mindset is, and how you pick yourself up from a struggle, really, right? Which you no longer call a struggle, like you said.
When you look back,
it's a blessing in disguise more than anything,
meaning,
right?
It's the meaning you give.
Exactly.
You can
right?
give, we just say sometimes, why God is testing me, or why God is punishing me.
No,
it's the same thing can happen with the meaning you give. Maybe it's a challenge. Maybe God is testing you instead of punishing you.
To see how He can elevate you to the next level, right? Are you able to handle the next level? That's what I believe as
Thank
well.
You so much.
That is so awesome. So before we're done with this episode, we'll be right back because we still have a fun game to play for just a minute. It's actually going to take a minute, and you should be ready for it. A minute.
Can we have a timer? A minute.
All right. So we'll be right back. Which is going to be so hilarious.
Sure.
There's only one question out of all the questions that are in here, which is not a brain teaser, but is more of a knowledge of Canada.
Okay.
That's the only one serious question.
Let's bring that up.
But so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna ask you to pick five questions. You're not gonna open them.
You can
pick
open
them all at once. I'm gonna open them. I will read them to you. That's how they tease your brain.
How about you pick 3, I pick 2?
No.
Okay, I pick all 5.
You pick all 5. It's your hand. It's your magical hand.
I
So
like
1,
2
2.
different colors.
Yeah.
3.
Is this 2 colors only? 3, 4, and one last one, 5. All right. So this is how the game is going to work. So I'm going to give you I had already said 5 seconds, but okay, let's say 10 seconds.
Okay.
That is a lot. It will ruin the game. So let's stick to 5 seconds, right? On the 5 seconds, I want you to just answer this question. I'm not going to tell you the answer right away, but then we want to see how good you've gotten it.
So this is a question which I should know the answer of?
Which you should. It's a tricky question. It's supposed to tease your brain.
Sure.
It's a tricky question.
Sure.
So I don't know if you're gonna know the answer.
I got pass.
Oh, exactly. Thank you very much. Let's do that. So the first question, how do you this one is not a question to be let's just go ahead with it. How do you spell top?
T-O-P.
Say top 2 times.
Top.
Say top 3 times. Say top 4 times.
Top.
What do you do on a green light? What do you do on a green light?
Go.
Okay.
I go on a red light too.
That is
Sometimes.
so awesome. That is so awesome. It happens to many of us. All right. That is so awesome. That's question number 1. You got it right. Bing. That's a check. All right. So question number 2. Okay. You thought real fast. I should ask that question better next time. All right. So 13 puppies. There's 13 puppies, right? All but 8 die. 13 puppies. All but 8 die. How many do you have left?
All but 8 die. 5.
Okay.
Right.
Let's go to that one. I'll give you the answer to this one. We'll put it later.
8 puppies.
No, let's go to the next. Don't worry about it. Don't be worried. Okay. The next question is, let's say you have 8 fish.
8 fish.
8 fish.
Okay.
5 of them drown. 3 of them come back to life. How many do you have?
All of them.
Why?
Because all of them came back to life.
You have 8 fish.
8.
5 of them drown.
Fish can't drown.
Thank you!
That's why I said all of them.
I'm not supposed to be. I even gave you the answer. This was a giveaway. All right. Let's do this. It's fish. Fish don't die. All right. So how many points? Now this one's the real question.
Okay.
This one's the legit question. Let's see how well you know Canada. How many points does the maple leaf of the Canadian flag have? Look at the maple leaf. Imagine the maple leaf. How many points does it have?
5. 5 or 3? I'm a citizen already. I don't need to know that anymore.
You know what?
It's all citizenship exam problem.
No, this is such a point even ask. You see this colors? Shows that I don't know they don't like you, and we have one more.
Okay,
Let's see.
These are for smart people.
You're smart. I know you're smart.
I'm smart in other ways.
In other words, okay. So now
Can you do the Canada maple leaf flag?
Wait.
I see an iced tea blue leaf. It has 3.
Wait, now look at this question. This question is smart. Do you think you're smart?
I think there's somebody else smarter than I am.
But do you think you're smart?
Somewhat.
Do you think you're smart?
Somewhat.
Okay, so spell it.
SOMEWHAT. Somewhat.
Okay, so I am going to repeat this question again. Wait, let's go.
You didn't ask me what to spell, so you just spell it.
I told you what to spell. Okay, do you think you're smart again? Do you think you're smart? Somewhat. Okay, so spell it.
Spell what?
It.
IT.
There you go. But then you're like somewhat. SOME.
You want to specific, so I'm not gonna spell smart.
Smart. No, you can't. Right?
That
is so awesome. That is so awesome. That's funny. So let's go back to this. These 2 questions that you didn't get.
Okay, what was the puppies?
Okay, so the
I
puppies.
don't
When
like
we say
puppies.
you don't like puppies. Okay, so let's say what do you like? Cats.
I like raccoons.
Okay, let's say the 13 raccoons. Let's do that. 13 raccoons.
The reason I like them, I just saw so many of them in Mexico at our resort.
Oh, really?
I see the raccoons.
Isn't that so cute? I know, right? Okay. So then the answer here is supposed to be 8 because I said they 13 puppies.
I said 8 earlier.
No, you said 5. You said 5.
I said 8. You should go watch the recording.
We need to watch the record. You said what?
I said 8.
You said 5.
No, I said 5. At first I said 8.
No.
13 minus 8 is 5.
No.
Okay, say it again. Yeah, I said 5.
It's exactly.
8 died. Never mind.
You said 13 minus 8 is 5. So anyway, say 13 puppies. All but 8 died. All but 8 died. How many do you have left? 8. All but 8. But 8.
I don't like the word but. I said, you know, I teach this. Do not use but.
I know.
By the way.
By the way. Okay, by the way, 8 died.
No.
Oh my god, that is so crazy. And then how many points do we have on the maple leaf? How many points?
I need to see it.
Okay, so the maple leaf has 11 points.
Good.
11 points on it.
Ooh,
The sharp ones.
The 9.
Yeah.
3. Then there's another one.
It's 11 points.
Did you knew that answer before you looked it up?
No, actually I didn't know that answer. That's why I was like, this one is a sharp one. Nobody would have known.
Let's see who gets it right.
Right, exactly. So next time, guys, good luck to that because I am actually going to go live.
If you're gonna write a Canadian citizenship exam,
you better know this.
You better know this.
Right, I am one of them. That's why I guess I got this question. So anyway, this is so lovely and thank you so much, Fahad, for coming. It was so fun and just the end of it, I was like, let me change my game because last time we had the game where you had to pick a question, which was kind of motivating, but then I was like, we're motivated enough in the segment, so let's play with, crazy games. But thank you so much. You're welcome. And before I go, you already know what's happening in South Africa. There's xenophobic attacks, and I just wanted to come and appeal to the people in South Africa to just love one another, stop fighting, stop killing people, stop women abuse, and we're keeping you in prayer here at the ANS and everybody else in the world who's seeing everything that's happening in the news. Just be like Nelson Mandela, who showed love and peace within South Africa, the South Africa that we knew. And I don't know why it's happening, but please stop xenophobia, please stop women abuse, and please stop the killings. Until next time, stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe to the Amanda Natando Show channel. And I will also put Fahad's information on your social handles, from Instagram to Facebook to Twitter. He is everywhere and he's really amazing.
I'll be sharing the same thing once you share, so everybody gets to
awesome.
See the message. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was so amazing.
Thank you.
So till next time, remember, little girls with dreams become women of vision. Take care and God bless you. Bye.